Yo guys, Zach Rogge here, and today we have a performance review for the Adidas Dawn Issue 6. So this is my first time trying a shoe from Donovan Mitchell, and so far, I'm pretty impressed. So before we get into things guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it really helps out the channel, and I'm trying to fight this algorithm, so make sure you do all those three things. But without further ado, let's get into the good, the bad, and the ugly. And starting with traction, it was one of my two favorite features of this shoe. If I could sum up how it performed in one word, it would be elite. Despite having a translucent outsole, it hardly picked up any dust. And across the 3 different courts that I took these on, no matter how dusty the court was, I hardly remember ever wiping off dust off the shoes, and if I did, it was a quick wipe and that was it. They were good to go right after that. So between all of Adidas's shoes that they have out right now for the basketball lineup, I feel like personally that the Adidas Dawn Issue 6 has the best traction by far. No matter what I was doing on court, these guys kept me glued to the floor, and I was very happy with that. Now I didn't take these outdoors due to the fact that this is a translucent outsole, and if you guys don't know, translucent rubber typically isn't as durable as solid rubber, and this rubber compound also does feel a bit more softer and very pliable as well. I'm not sure if you guys will be able to catch that, but I am moving this very easily, and I definitely don't think this will be able to handle the wear and tear of the outdoor courts. And on top of that, the grooves here on the outsole aren't very deep either, so it just goes to show that this really isn't made with outdoor hoops in mind. Moving along to the cushion, there's Light Strike in the heel and Light Strike Pro in the forefoot, and it was pretty underwhelming, but still got the job done. Being that Donovan Mitchell is an explosive, high-flying guard, I was really expecting a bouncier setup, especially in the forefoot. Instead, what we got is a firm, neutral ride that is pretty responsive. Now you do sit a little bit higher up off the ground because of the way that the Light Strike Pro is implemented in the forefoot here, but that doesn't affect the court feel all too much as you are still lower to the ground in general. Now when it comes to the impact protection, it was decent, honestly. I didn't really have any real issues with it, but I could definitely feel the shock from all my landings and whatnot a little bit more compared to other shoes that I've tested, especially from what Adidas has put out recently. Now, if you are someone that needs more impact protection in their shoes, personally, this wouldn't be my first recommendation for you, especially if you're going for an Adidas shoe. But definitely the impact protection is something that Adidas can look forward to improving for the next Dawn issue model. Now, what I did to slightly improve this cushion setup was to remove the stock insole and switch it out for my move insoles right here. I am not sponsored by them. It's just my preferred insole of choice, so definitely recommend anybody out there who wants to try this shoe out and wants better cushion to swap out the insole for whatever insole that you guys like to use. So, getting into the materials, they're pretty straightforward. So we have what seems to be a double layer of mesh, and it was good to go right out the box. No break-in time needed. And what I really enjoyed about this mesh is that it is lightweight, so it really helped in cutting the overall weight of the shoe in general, making this the lightest shoe from Adidas out of their signature lineup, and also the most breathable too. There's also plastic fused material on the high wear areas, and that helped with the durability, making the materials more supportive as it does feel a little more sturdy. The padding on the shoe is decent. You're getting most of it from the heel pillow and the tongue did a great job of relieving lace pressure when I laced these up. So when I was hooping in these, I didn't notice any sort of pain or discomfort. The materials moved well with the foot, and I'm really happy with that. And I also really appreciate that Adidas went with a more traditional set of materials here, just because it's different from what I'm used to with the AE1 or the Harden Volume 8. Now, if you guys remember me earlier in the video saying that the traction is one of my 2 favorite features of this shoe, well, my other favorite feature just happens to be the lockdown. The way that these guys lock your foot into place must feel like what it feels like to be a fly trapped in a spider web, all wrapped up and can't escape and is completely locked in and helpless, waiting to be the spider's next meal. So I know that sounds a little bit too graphic. I'm sorry guys, I had to make the spider reference just because Donovan Mitchell's nickname is Spider, if you guys don't know that already. But anyways, the lockdown for these is fantastic. Spectacular even, just like the spectacular Spider-Man. Sorry guys, too many spider references, but the lace loops go down to the footbed and you can actually see that through the mesh. It's these 3 huge black straps and they do an amazing job of hugging your foot and holding it next to the footbed, and that helped in eliminating any sort of heel slippage. And I also enjoyed how the tongue and heel pillow here did a great job of hugging my foot when I laced up, and it didn't matter how tight I tied these, they would never loosen up when I played in them, which helped me feel nice and secure and made it feel like my foot was attached to the footbed. So combined with getting the right fit, it helped in giving you get the most out of the support as well. And speaking about the support, it was pretty damn good as well. I love this huge TPU shank plate the shoes have and how it not only gives you excellent torsional support and rigidity, but also comes up higher and helps with the lateral containment as well. Also, it may look like it, but the TPU shank here actually isn't carbon fiber. Adidas just painted over it to make it seem like it is, and I'm not a huge fan of Adidas deceiving us like that, but it is what it is. At least it works. Also, you will notice that this shank plate does extend further out through the outsole here. You can see it extending onto the forefoot as well as the heel area. And do note the X shape as well. So this is Adidas's X frame torsion system, and this helped in giving you a little extra spring in your step, and I noticed it while I was playing, but also adding to the torsional support, really preventing your foot from flexing in ways that it shouldn't. You'll also notice that the midsole does come up a little bit higher onto the shoes, and that acts as a wall for your foot as you do sit within this midsole, so that really helped in giving you better lateral containment. And also the midsole does come up higher onto the heel area here, and combined with this internal heel counter that we already have within the shoes, that really helped in giving you better heel containment and locking your heel into place. But all in all, I really enjoyed the support the shoes offer on court. It made me feel safe and secure. Now finishing things off with the fit, these are a little more on the snug side and they do fit true to size. I do have a little wiggle space in the toe, which I don't mind, but I feel like if I went a half size down, it would have been a little bit too tight for me and my preferences. But if you are someone that wants more of a snug fit, then going down a half size could be an option, but obviously try them on in store first if you can, and wide footers also try these on in store first to see what works best for you. But overall guys, Adidas basketball is really doing their thing right now because the Dawn issue 6 is another great addition to their lineup, a solid performer and definitely catered more towards guards, one of my favorite shoes I've hooped in so far this year from the North American brands. So comment down below and let me know what you guys think of these shoes. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments down below. But we're at that point in the video now, it's time for hashtag Zacharagi, what you rockin'. So for today, I got the Adidas AE1 lows. I'll be testing these out very soon. These are fire and potentially could be better than the highs. But that is it for today guys. I appreciate you all for watching. I'm signing out. Peace.